Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to online class of biology of class 6th. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good at your home. Students, I am Achal Mittal, and today in this video I am going to explain you lesson number 2, the remaining portion of the chapter. Today I will explain you from page number 25 to 28. So not further delay, take out your book and open page number 25. The topic is the fruit. A fruit is a mature ripened ovary developed after the completion of two processes, pollination and fertilization. So I have explained you pollination and fertilization. What is pollination? One more time I am telling you. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma, and fertilization the fusion of male cell with the female cell. That is called fertilization. Okay. So after that, ovaries changes into fruit. Okay. So the fruit contain a outer part, that is pericarp, and the seed. The structure and thickness of pericarp may vary fruit to fruit. So pericarp may change. Dry and fleshy fruit. Here are the type of fruit: dry and fleshy fruits. When the pericarp of fruit is dry, it is known as dry fruit. All the nuts are example of dry fruit. So students, what is pericarp? Actually, as a pericarp is the covering of a fruit. Have you seen almonds and walnut? The outer covering of that fruit is very hard, that is dry fruit, while entire pericarp of become juicy and fleshy on ripened fruits, that is called fleshy fruits. So those pericarp is fleshy and juicy, they are called fleshy fruits, like mango and papaya. So all nuts are the dry fruits, and those have fleshy and juicy part, they are called fleshy fruits. Okay, these are like banana, mango. Now come on next. In fleshy fruits, pericarp is further divided into three parts: apicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. You can see in this mango diagram also here. So our apicarp is the outer thin leathery part of the fruit, the tough outer skin of the fruit, and initially it is green in color, but when ripened it becomes colored other than green. Okay, so now next, mesocarp is the sweetest, fleshy and edible part of the fruit. So here, which part we eat of the mango, that is mesocarp, and the peel of the mango is apicarp, and the endocarp is the inner hard and woody part of the fruit that usually contains seed. So innermost part is called endocarp. Now, function of a fruit. It protects the seed from extreme environmental conditions. It stores food material. Now come on next page. Students, more to know and enrichment you can read yourself. Come on next page. It attracts birds, animals for dispersal of its seeds to far away places where it is suitable climates condition. These seeds grow into the new plants. Okay. So dispersal is a spreading of seed from one place to another. Now what is seed? After fertilization, ovule present in the ovary develops into the seed. The seed has an outer protective cover called the seed coat. There is a small scar on the seed coat. This is known as hilum. It is a point where the seed breaks from the stalk. At the pointed end of the seed, micropyle is situated very close to hilum. The micropyle mark and the pointed through which the pollen tube had entered the ovule. Have you seen that in the fertilization diagram? There is a pollen tube which is forming from the pollen grain. So that there is a mark that is called micropyle. On removing the seed coat, the covering of seed is called seed coat. The fleshy part called cotyledons are seen. The cotyledons is stored food for the baby plant called embryo, and embryo has two parts, radicle and plumule. Students, you can see here, these are the, suppose here this is the embryo, okay, and these are the cotyledon, and this part is called radicle, and here this part is plumule. Radicle grows into root and plumule develops into shoot. Under favorable condition of air, water and temperature, the seed germinates into produce a new plant. I hope you get it. Now type of seeds. On the basis of the number of cotyledons present, seeds are of two types. Number 1, monocot. Number 2, dicot. This type of seeds have only one cotyledon, maize and rice. If you will see rice, you can't divide rice into two parts, means in two equal parts. Okay, वो खुद से डिवाइड नहीं होता है राइस. इफ़ यू वांट अ ब्रेक यू कैन, बट लेकिन राइस जो होता है वो खुद से ब्रेक नहीं होता है. इफ़ यू विल सी द ग्राम, चने अगर आप देखें तो वो अपने आप ही दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड होता है. ठीक है, सो दैट इज़ डाइकॉट. चना जो होता है वो डाइकॉट है, राइस जो है वो है मोनोकॉट. सो डाइकॉट, दिस टाइप ऑफ सीड्स हैव टू cotyledons. एग्जाम्पल beans and gram. Now next page, here, germination of a seed. Students, these diagram you have to draw in your copy. Diagram I will tell you afterwards. First let me complete the explanation. The embryo lies dormant in the seed, but when the embryo is supplied with moisture, let me explain you what is the meaning of term dormant. Dormant is the stage where is no activity take place. Okay, so the embryo lies dormant in the seed, but when the embryo is supplied with moisture, it become active and tend to grow into a small seedling. Now embryo seed got favorable condition. Okay, so then it active and grow into a seedling. The process by which the dormant embryo become active, grows and establishes itself as a seedling is called germination. So वो process where dormant embryo get active and grows and established itself into a seedling, that is called germination. Come on next page. Condition necessary for germination of a seed. Student, this activity you have to do yourself. You have to observe the germination of bean seed. Okay, seeds have ability to germinate when the conditions are favorable. The condition necessary for germination of seeds are the sufficient amount of water, air and suitable temperature. So for the germination what we need water, air, suitable temperature. Now water. For the germination of seeds, what is one of the most important factor due to following reasons. It softens the seed coat, due to which the seed bursts open. When the seed coat bursts, the radicle elongates and grow to form the primary root, and the plumule comes out and grows upward to form the shoot. Now next point, the dormant seed's food material is stored in concentrated form. Water develops the concentrated food into the soluble form, which is used by the growing embryo. Water also activates enzymes, chemical that accelerate absorption of soluble food. So water is very important part of the germination of a seed. Now air. Like any other organism, a plant also respire. Taken air, seeds require energy for their proper growth. This energy comes from the respiration of seed. Now temperature. Seed requires an optimum temperature to grow properly. The favorable temperature for the germination of most of the seed is 35 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. Below 0 degrees Celsius and above 40 degrees Celsius, seeds fail to germinate. Okay, now come on next page. Types of germination. A seed can be germinated by two types, apigeal germination and hypogeal germination. What is apigeal germination? In dicot seeds, the cotyledons thick with stored nutrients emerges above the ground during germination and then transport the stored nutrient to the developing seedling. This type of germination is known as apigeal germination. Example bean, cotton, papaya, castor are the seeds that show apigeal germination. So here in the diagram you see, in dicot seed, here in this diagram you can see these are the brown color, these are the cotyledon. ये प्लांट ग्रो कर रहा है तो ये कॉटिलीडन बाहर आ गए हैं एंड दीज कॉटिलीडन्स प्रोवाइड द फूड टू द ग्रोइंग सीडलिंग. सो व्हेन कॉटिलीडन कम आउट फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड, दैट germination is called apigeal germination. Api मतलब ऊपर. Okay, now next is hypogeal germination. The monocot seeds contain only one cotyledon. When these seeds germinate, the cotyledons remain below the ground. here what is happening, cotyledons remain below the ground. Cotyledon ground के नीचे ही रहते हैं. The cotyledon transport the nutrients in them the developing seedling. This type of germination is called hypogeal germination. Seed of maize, groundnut and mango show the hypogeal germination. So here in this diagram you can see seed of maize is showing the hypogeal germination. Here cotyledon, brown color cotyledon is remaining in the ground. Okay, so student, this is the explanation of lesson number 2. Hope you all get it. In my next video I am going to give you exercises and question answer of this chapter. I will meet you in my next video, and your homework is you have to read More to Know enrichment and that experiment you have to do. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care.